back to another Garden on the Green video. It's been a while since the last one. I seem to be saying that quite a lot on these videos. Never quite round to recording any. But we're out here today. It's the May Bank Holiday weekend, first weekend in May, and the sun is out so far, and plenty to do in the garden. Plenty has gone on, and so we'll show you around, but we'll also show you what we're up to today. I've got my little helper Rhea with me today, so I'll swing the camera around and she can say hello.
Hello guys.
What are you up to this morning, Rhea?
We're going to be planting some chilies.
We're not planting them, are we? We're potting them on.
Repotting them.
Yeah, so they're in small pots at the moment, but they just need to go into some 2 litre pots because they're getting a bit overgrown, so they can spread their roots before they go into bigger pots and perhaps into the greenhouse or into the garden. So you're going to crack on and do that for me?
Mhm. Hi guys. Just gonna show you how to plant up a chilli. First, you get a pot, make sure it's empty, and then you get some soil. My soil is off the camera, so fill it about halfway, and then make a hole. You get one of your chilli plants, take any weeds or mushrooms that might be growing in there, and then take the chilli out of the pot, plop it in there, get some more soil, cover it, squish it down, and then put some more soil on it. Just make sure it's comfortable. Now you've done, but one thing, if you want to, you can take off the top of it just to be safe. And there you have it, one chilli plant. Now I'm going to do the rest off camera. And now I'm back. Well, we've got all 8 chilies done now. Took a while, but they're done now. So I'm just waiting for my dad to get back. We're going to go into the potting shed. Ignore the mess, guys. So, got the radio. Let's turn it on. Is it going to turn on? That's the question. It's on. Let's go channel 2. See? We've got some great music now. Let's go find my dad. What have you found, Dad?
Found a skull. It's a bird's skull.
What bird do you think it is?
Well, I'm wondering whether it might be from one of our chickens. Ooh.
Ooh.
We had chickens in that area, and they've all disappeared. Some of them disappeared, some died, and we knew about it, and a couple disappeared, and I'm wondering whether that might be one of the ones that disappeared.
Oh God, where'd you find it?
Down round the back where all the brambles were.
Gosh. Oof.
So Rhea's done a great job with the tomatoes and the chilies. We've got a few more to do, as you'll see in a moment. But these are a variety of tomato. They're a beefsteak variety. I'm not going to try and pronounce the actual name, but these will be planted outdoors at some point. So hopefully we won't get the blight this year. But I'm just going to quickly swing round and show you into the greenhouse. First, I want to show you my beef and onion tree. So this I planted or sowed the seed last year. It came up and thought it had died, but it has come back and it's now looking really good. So really pleased with that. So bring you into the greenhouse, loads growing in here at the moment. So we've got tomatoes and chilies in here, some nasturtium seeds in here coming up. Sweet peas, so the sweet peas here are sown from self-saved seed that I grew last year. So yeah, tomatoes, chilies, peppers. What have we got over here? So we've got some green beans over here, runner beans. We've got some pumpkins. They're not germinated very well, so I'm going to need to sow some more. Brussels sprouts and cabbage doesn't seem to be germinating at all well, but we've got some. I've got some more already out. Kale, purple sprouting broccoli and kohlrabi, that all needs potting on. What have we got in here? So we've got some Brussels sprouts in here as well. Some celeriac, cucumber, a couple of watermelons, but they seem to have stopped growing, so I don't think they're going to do anything. Some more squashes here. So what have we got here? Yellow courgettes here. Again, germination not brilliant. Spaghetti squash, not brilliant germination. Green courgettes haven't germinated at all. We've got some basil, we've got some more Brussels sprouts. So these are the Red Bull variety. What we got in here? We've got spring onion. No, these are Welsh onions, these ones in here. Sweet corn is coming up nicely. We've got some Valmain lettuce, more spring onions. So these ones are pickling onions, these ones. They're silver skin, so these need to go out. Some pumpkins, uchikakuri, which have come up really well, so they're good. We really like those. More beans, sweet corn. What's in here? The labels have all faded away. This is tarragon, so I need to rewrite my labels because I've written them in pen and they've faded. I think this is more basil by the looks of it. More lettuce in that one, but again the germination hasn't been great. Beans, peas and stuff. Germination hasn't been great in here. I think a lot of it is down to the heat. It's been really, really hot over the last few weeks. This greenhouse temperature, the thermometer's in the sun, but the temperature has reached 45 degrees in here, which is way too hot for a lot of the plants to germinate. But you know, we'll get there. We'll just keep going, keep plodding on. So yeah, but really chuffed with what we've got. So it's really coming on nicely. Hi folks, good morning. It's well, it's 5 to 9 now. It was a bit earlier when I got up and came out to the garden, but it's another beautiful morning. So thought I'd get out and do a few more bits. It's been a couple of weeks since I filmed the last little bit, so there's a couple of week gap from when I started the video to now. But loads going on, loads of stuff being planted out, and you know, the garden is going great guns. So what I'll do is bring you along today with what we're doing, and then show you around just so you can see how things have moved on since a couple of weeks ago. So I've got a load of stuff to be getting on with. I've got some plants, some flowers that I want to put in my patio pots, so I'm going to do that today. I've also got a load of onions that have been sat here for I don't know how long. They need to go in the ground. So I've got onions in already. These I'd hoped to sell, but didn't really get any takers on the plant stall for these. So I'm just going to pop these into the market garden today. They're doing really nicely. These are a white onion. You know, they're starting to bulb up already, so they desperately need to go in. I've got some reds over here as well. So some red ones, and again you can see that they are looking really nice. So get those into the ground today, and then the rest I will just, not sure what I will do with the rest, just try and find spaces for them. Got a few plants here that I got from the garden centre yesterday. So there's some snapdragons here, really like these. So I'm going to pop these into some pots, maybe into one of the borders. There's a whole variety of plants there. Got a hanging basket here which I want to plant up. Haven't had one for a while, I've quite fancied one, so bought a liner yesterday. So I'm going to plant that up today. So yeah, just really cracking on with a few little jobs. It's a beautiful day, make the most of the sunshine, back to work tomorrow. Yeah, so just getting on and doing stuff. So I'm just getting some of these plants out we got yesterday. So I've got some fuchsias here. This one is Voodoo. It's a trailing fuchsia, so ideal for hanging baskets, patio tubs and window boxes, which is exactly what we've got it for. I have got a window trough to plant up. Got some liners arriving today from that good old online huge retailer. This one is a fuchsia called Claudia. So Buds of May fuchsias, I've not seen this one before, so this is another good one. I do like fuchsias. They tend to remind me of my nana when we were kids. She had a huge fuchsia bush in the garden, and I've really liked them ever since. So there's those. I've got some ivy to go in the window box as well, just on either side. So yeah, it's all looking quite good. It's now really to try and work out where to start. So yeah, I think I'll crack on, and then you can see how I'm getting on a bit later on. So I've got here some compost. I'm just going to empty this into a pot. So this is Silvergrow peat-free multi-purpose. Trying to use this more this time, just to kind of get used to using them peat-free stuff. I know some people don't like it, but I don't mind it. It's quite good. Silvergrow is probably the best one we've had. Right. Just bring that. There we go. I'm just going to bring that up onto the. Okay, so you can see me now. Right, so got my pot filled up with compost. I'm just going to decide what to put in first. Got another fuchsia here, so I've got this one here. Hardy Bush Garden News. So I think I might pop that one in. So put this one in. This is an upright. So what I might do is if I pop that one in the back there, I've got a lobelia here. No, actually I'm leaving the lobelia for the window, the hanging basket. I've got some Alison here, so I might just pop those in. Pull that out there. Okay. Dry size. Give them good old water. One basket already, one pot already potted up. So another fuchsia here. So this is one that was overwintered last year and was potted up and kept in the greenhouse. It's done really, really well. come back on, so I'm going to pop him up. Variety unknown, but just to pop that in the compost. So yeah, it's quite successful this year with overwintering fuchsias. One or two came back regardless of the fact I never watered them or never did anything with them, cut them back or anything. And you know, the inevitable couple died, so pop that one back there. That'll come back on nicely. So I've got a few kohlrabi plants that I need to prick out. I've already done a few. I've got 4, 8, 12, so I've got 20 already out there. So I just want to do a few more, and then they're ready. So let them grow on a bit before I can plant them out. They're actually big enough. If they were already in bigger pots, they could probably have gone out into the garden already. So, but it is what it is. I was going to pop them on, and hopefully they'll get their roots down pretty quickly. So, just get these done. And I've just heard behind me the farmer has moved. Sounds like she's moved the cows out of the field behind, and the sheep and the lambs in. So I can hear the lambs. So I'll pop these few on, and then I'll take you around and see if we can find some lambs. So I'm just going to do a few of these. Love kohlrabi. We discovered it last year and hadn't had it before. Grew it as a let's see what it's like, and it was absolutely delicious grated into a salad, and it makes an amazing coleslaw instead of using cabbage. Very sort of cabbagey, brassicary taste, but just much nicer. And apologies for the sound quality on the previous bit of video. I'd taken my mic off and then realised that I hadn't actually switched it on, so yeah, so hopefully you can hear me. If not, I'll have to do something about it. Oops, it's a bit rough, that one, but there we go. So there's another 4 there. Right, so I'm just going to leave it the kohlrabi there. I've got 24 plants so far, so I might do a few more later on, but I've got enough to be getting on with. So what I'll do is pop those into the greenhouse, so you can probably hear the sheep and the lambs. Let's have a look. Let's come into a bit of the garden which is really tricky to get to. There we go. So these are literally just behind the garden, making a lot of noise. And over in the distance, I don't know if I can zoom in, have to just bear with me, I'm trying to balance the camera and my phone. But the cows are also there as well, so we have cows and sheep and calves and lambs in the same field. I've just seen the mum fly out. We've got a blackbird's nest in what we call the goat shed. This is where the goats used to be. So if I can try and zoom in, look at those. I'm just about to see them. There were 5 eggs in there. I think there are 5 young in there. So yeah, she made a nest. There's no windows on here, so the window fell out 8 years ago. I think even while the goats were still here. So yes, we often get birds nesting in there. And you just see how close it is to the market garden. So literally that's the shed there, and the market garden here, and the field behind where the cows and the sheep are. So I've come down to the market garden. I'm in pen 3, what we call pen 3. This is where I have planted my main crop potatoes. So I've got 4 rows of main crop potatoes. I think there are 10 in each row, something like that. So we should be okay for main crop. They're a blight resistant variety, a Charpo Mira. I've heard quite a few good reviews about these, so I thought I'd give them a go. We did have blight last year. I had them in a different area. They were back further over there last year. They did get the blight, the main crop. I had Desiree, so I thought I'd just give a different variety a try this year. I did extend this bed a little earlier on in this year. Put some more mushroom compost down, put some cardboard down. So you can see here I've got the cardboard underneath the mushroom compost, and then so to create a no dig bed. So this is a spare bit of garden here, so I'm just going to literally just plant in the onions that I showed you earlier, the ones that have been sat in the trays for I don't know how long. They'll either come to something or they won't. They're not going to come to anything in the trays, so I thought I'd chuck them in here. I've got space here, there's nothing assigned for this particular bit as yet anyway. So and they'll come out mid-June, July time anyway, so I can then get maybe some later season stuff, some later brassicas in there. So it's absolutely boiling down here today. I won't subject you to me filming with my top off, but I've been out here with the top off all morning so far, and it is only 10:30. It's a beautiful, gorgeous morning. It's lovely. It's mid-May, but we've had this sunny weather for weeks now, and we haven't had any rain, and we desperately do need it. As much as we like this sunny weather, we do desperately need some rain. So having to water with the hoses at the moment. But anyway, enough of me whittering on. I am going to crack on with planting these onions. So I've done the onions, planted them in. I'm not really sure how many I've got in there. They're way too close together. Spacing's a bit atrocious, but do you know what? I'm not that bothered. It's I'll get some onions, whether they're big onions or small onions, doesn't really matter. These are the pots I potted up earlier, so I've got a few bits and pieces in here. Still got a few things to plant in, and I've got my hanging basket done as well, so I'm really chuffed with that. So coming into the greenhouse, got a few tomato plants in here. I've got quite a lot of tomato plants. If I swing down onto the ground here into these trays, there's quite a few in here. These need to go into 2 litre pots, getting a bit big for their small pots, and the chilli plants and the peppers need to go in as well. Got some kalettes here in pots ready to go, some marigolds, some calendula. These are the kohlrabi I planted up this morning. So just swing round. So there's a few bits and pieces in here. So things are at the point where they need to go into bigger pots. So it's just finding the time and the compost to do that. So swing round. Got some bits and bobs in here coming on nicely. Some sweet corn, spaghetti squash, some beans, got some herbs. We've got more beans, we've got more squashes. So these are the uchikakuri squash. Really, really like these. Some silver skin onions that need to go out. Basil. Coming back, we've got some Brussels sprouts here. So these are the Red Bull Brussels sprouts. Yellow courgettes. A bit of a funny germination with courgettes. I've got 4 out of 12 courgette seeds, the yellow ones, but I've got absolutely none of the green ones. So really weird this year. They have been watered. These might look a bit dry, but they have been watered. They've been watered really regularly. Got some beetroot, cucumbers, various bits and pieces, more cucumbers. So there's quite a lot in here. Plenty to be getting on with. A few things that need really desperately planting out or potting on. And up here, as I've just got dripped on, let me just show you a couple of tumbling tomatoes I bought from the garden centre today. I saw them in there. I thought, well, I'll pop those into a hanging basket type thing. So coming into the market garden, and it's a little overgrown in places. For instance, this chard. It's a bit of a beast. It's got to come out, make room for other things. Curry plant, doing really well down here. So just walk down. So these are my first earlies. I've got Red Duke of York and Pentland Javelin, and they are doing really, really nicely. Look at this foliage here. I just need to earth them up actually again. So they're doing nicely. And in the back here we've got Jerusalem artichokes. There's tons. Let me just get in here. You can see how well these are doing. I mean, these are just self-set tubers. I didn't plant these. So Jerusalem artichokes will grow really, really well from, like potatoes. You leave a tuber in the ground and they will grow. So we'll just come round. It's got some onions in here. Harry the Hawk. You can see him doing he's being completely useless. Bit of a gimmick. We thought he might stop the pigeons coming down and eating the brassicas, but he didn't. So we had a few sprouting broccoli plants in here, which was a bit of an experiment, and the pigeons devoured them while he was sitting watching. So got more onions under here. I've got some broccoli, some Calabrese broccoli, peas in there. So I've put them behind this mesh to try and keep them safe, but they are doing really, really nicely. The stuff on top really is just sort of the pigeons, hopefully flapping around, will stop the pigeons coming in. So just swing round. What else have we got? So we got garlic down here, and in the tunnel, the mesh tunnel there, we've got kaleets. So yeah, I'll just skip through this bit here. This is pen 2. This is a bit overgrown and a bit weedy, this one. A lot of work needs to be done in here. But so here's where I was this morning, planting the onions. So you can see the onions here. So the onions are all here. I've got some rosemary I'm just going to pop in here to try and create a rosemary hedge, trying to make something of this bed here. And in this bed I have my main crop potato, and they are the Charpeau Mira, and I've got some coming through now, look, we can see. So really pleased that they're now starting to poke their heads through. So that's it. It's been a couple of weeks in the making, this video. Most of it done today. Quite a lot done today as well, and also a lot done off camera. I managed to pressure wash the decking again. A bit more done with that, so getting that sort of cleaned up, ready to paint and sort of treat for the winter. So quite a lot done. Nipped out to the garden centre, had lunch, and bought a few more plants. So yeah, all looking good, all really pleased with how things are coming on. You know, just need to keep on top of the weeds, because although we haven't had any rain, the weeds seem to be piling through, whereas the rest of the things seem to be struggling a little. But it's actually quite nice to film, because it gives me a chance in a year or so's time to see where I was, as well as you guys watching and seeing what I'm up to. So I'll say good night, and I hope to see you again very, very soon.